Hello, ladies, gentlemen, everybody inside and outside of the gender spectrum, and welcome back to Stardom Quest Gold, the best weekly Stardom and Marigold podcast anywhere in the world. I'm, as always, Alex, and I am joined by Dylan. Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Alex. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Hurrah. A new year. Hopefully, this will be as good as the last. I don't remember the rest of Zach's finishing maneuver's name. Um, yeah, we're here. We're back at it like crack addicts. Probably shouldn't have just said that in the first 30 seconds, but I did.
Yeah, probably not.
Um, yeah, I've watched relatively little wrestling to start the year, which is rare, because it's the start of the year. But I'm easing into things. Obviously, Wrestle Kingdom was the big one. Tana versus Okada. Um, I'm still deciding if that's 10 or not. This is true. I know you don't care, but I'm still
I
deciding if
feel
that's
like
10
if
or
you
not.
have to decide, then it's not.
That's where I'm
It's
at.
usually
Like
the
I'm
rule
at
of thumb. Like, if you
I'm
have to
at
think
like the
about it, then no.
highest 9.5 of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's kind of where I'm at. I love the match. I thought the match was incredible, super well done. I was talking to Harkin about it, like he's head over heels for it, and I get it. And we were talking about, it, and he almost convinced me because he was making great points about how well told the story of the match was. It was probably the best Okada performance I've seen in like a decade at this point. Um, not literally because the damn dog. Not literally because the like Kenny matches were next year or whatever. But I digress. Um, was probably, like the best Okada match I've seen in a long time, but yeah, I'm just kind of like right below it. But it was devastating. I was crying uh watching Tana retire. It was a beautiful moment. It's interesting, and I know that we can actually get into it in a few minutes, but like um as somebody who is the age I am now, I'm turning 23 in a couple weeks. Um like when I started watching Japanese wrestling, I was still kind of a kid. So and when I say kind of kid, I was a kid. I was like 13 or 14 or whatever. Um, so the feeling is kind of interesting because like I don't immediately think, oh, Hiroshi Tanahashi was like my childhood, but he was. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
I think, oh, John Cena was my childhood, but it's like I was 14 watching, Tanahashi versus what was 2017 for Tanahashi? I mean, I'm sure there was no Okada match in there, but I was watching, Tanahashi versus fucking Suzuki, right? And that's one of my favorite rivalries ever. Um, and it's like, it's weird when you obviously know you have an emotional connection to something, but like when you actually like watch the retirement match and the retirement ceremony, you're like, holy fuck, like this guy's like, he's been pretty integral too, you know?
mm
It's like 10 years ago, 2 days ago is when I first started really paying attention to New Japan. Uh, it was when Kenny turned on AJ, right? Like that was when I like
Yeah.
first like really locked into it. So yeah, I don't know, just a really interesting, great match and just really interesting mental scenario for me. That's like I kind of realized that it's like holy shit, like my older childhood is ending today, just like my younger childhood ended last month. This is fucking hard. Oh, this hurts. And then fucking Stranger Things, the entire point of the finale was like, "Oh, your childhood dies." And it's like, "What? I don't need to go through this 7 times in a month, please. I beg you."
So, yeah. Raw is Stranger Things. Did you see that?
Dude,
Raw is Stranger Things.
I was like, "Yeah, what did they do for that?" Then I looked and I was like, "Oh, nothing. It just
Nothing.
looks weird."
Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
At least
Like
Vince
I was
McMahon would have done like a Vecna street fight or some shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
there there would've
Triple H isn't about that life, man. He's just not about it. But
there would've been something out there, like something
yeah,
like at least interesting. It wouldn't have been
Natalia would have
bad.
been in the upside down somehow because
Oh,
Natalia
no,
was
they
always just
he
thrown
would
into random shit.
he would 100% put the New Day in a fucking with fucking baseball bats.
Yeah.
Like with barbed wire with nail baseball bats, worked obviously nailed baseball bats. Um or something. They would yeah, he would have had them motherfuckers doing something.
Yeah.
Um
Triple
very
H together, dude.
very uninspired. Cause like if you were gonna invite a cast member to like be guest GM or something, like like do a fucking
Who would
like
you invite though? I feel like universally the cast is despised.
ah
Like, I don't know.
you could invite
And
one
the
of
the
the
ones people like are
kids.
successful.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Joe's on tour,
Yeah, like
so
he's not saying yes to WWE
or he's
Smack
just
or
not a
WWE
yeah.
Raw.
I just don't know if he would do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
because I was gonna say just get Steve. Like people like
And-
Steve, but
Well, that
kind of
was
right.
yeah. Well, anyway, head on over to the 5-star-network.com for all of the latest articles and podcasts from the wonderful world of pro wrestling. And head on over to the 5-Star Network YouTube channel, which is where this as well as shows like Actress Stage and No Limit Wrestling all go up. Don't know the status of any of those, so thumbs up, I guess.
Don't ask me.
Okay. We're gonna start where the only place we can start with Marigold. They had a pretty big week this week. They started off in Shinjuku Face with an announced attendance of 405 fans for their New Year show. And they crowned the Rookie of the Year in this one. Shinno and Megaton split off from Seri and Yuka for the semifinals. Shinno beat Megaton in 5 minutes. Seri beat Yuka in 12. And then we had Seri and Shinno in the final, kind of in a blitz there of three matches back to back. They didn't even have Seri even come back. She just stayed in the ring for the final. So they just blew through all of that. Um, it was the final was very good. I think, Shino and Seri, I enjoyed it. I think you could see the benefits of Seri being there all year full time because she's just leagues ahead of Shino. Like, even as a big Shino fan, like, I think her weaknesses kind of shone through against Seri, but she still has that raw intensity and emotiveness that kind of made me put my flag in the Shino hill initially. So still there, but every time I watch Seri now against her peers, it's like she's so far ahead of all of them. This
Yeah,
is not fair.
yeah. I mean, I love Yuka. I thought Yuka did a great job, and I had a lot of fun with it. As did I with the Shino match. But yeah, I mean, Sari is just light years ahead. Like it's just kind of like a different animal, different beast. Uh, I've been noticing that a lot with Shino and Senka, right? Because like even though Shino's younger and debuted later, I do feel like there is this like very serious conversation of like who's the true super rookie in Joshi between those three, and I just can't see at the current moment saying anybody but Sari a million times out of a million. Like
Yeah,
she's just so far and away better. I think Shino can obviously get better. I think Senka's gonna take longer to reach that superstar level just in Marvelous. Just that's just kind of how their system works. Um, it's gonna take her a bit longer, but I think Sari is like. I mean, I was saying this during the Dreamstar. I was like, you could just put the belt on her. Really, you could just give
but
her
if
the
she
red
doesn't end the
belt.
year with
I
it,
don't
I'm
think.
shocked.
I don't. I mean, I could see her at first stream next year winning it.
Maybe.
So I think maybe your timeline's a bit a few days too early. But yeah, you could just give her the red belt like whenever. Really, I don't see a problem. Because she's that good.
I agree. And yeah, that was her winning the Rookie of the Year. Most predictable tournament
I will
win maybe
say,
ever.
Megaton versus Shino, surprisingly good. Like I thought it was like an actively good Megaton performance. I thought that
Yeah,
like
listen, Megaton's in her
I
bag.
thought it was a lot of fun. I was very happy with it.
Okay. I
Gino
didn't.
played like the shitty little kid, like, very well.
That's great.
'Cause it's like, "Why are you beating up this old lady? Like, she's trying her best. Come on, man. Stop
Yeah,
being
the
mean."
age disparity is funny because Megaton is definitely in her 40s.
No, she's like 39.
Really? Okay. Well, that was close. That was close. Um, yeah, I skipped the Rumble though. Afterwards, Miko Ono won the New Year
Rumble was
Rumble.
fun.
Yeah,
The
it's
Rumble
just
was fun.
joystick.
Thank God everybody skipped the Rumble because, if anybody who hates Marigold didn't, they would have seen the funniest shit of all time. Um, Chikagoto was doing hip attacks, and she was like waiting for Yuzuki to get lower so she can hit the hip attack properly, and she's like stood there and then yelled at Yuzuki, "Get down!" And then she ran and hit her with because she finally like sunk to her knee. It was really funny. But yeah, I mean, Anybody who hates Marigold would probably, you know, say that the company deserved to die because of it.
You saw
So
that too.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You
so
you
funny.
you breed
I love spite. I love
your
hatred.
tweets.
It's
Your
so fun.
tweets breed
I don't
terrible,
even like.
terrible takes.
It's so funny because it's like the card is bad that I was talking about, and you can be like, "Oh, the card is bad and the booking is bad," but then people are just like, "Actually, everybody involved should die. Somebody should take a
Yeah,
torch to the building while he's in it." And you're like, "All right, like chill out a little bit, baby." But yeah, I am the spark plug for hatred. It's fantastic.
Jesus.
And that was the New Year show. 400 and something there for a face. I mean, most people are there just to party,
Yeah,
do kind of stuff afterwards. So it's it is what it is.
I would like to go to that show because it does seem like just kind of a fun, like
Uh,
you know,
I don't know. As somebody
like
who's been there, done
fun
that
thing.
for the like attend wrestling shows where all the wrestlers do stuff after, it is the most awkward thing in human existence. So I never want to do that again. Now I did do that in Brit
Yeah, I
Rest
was gonna
and
say
like
these are like the
Irish
most
indies.
unlikable people of
So
all time.
yeah, like
You're
it's a
talking
little
about.
bit worse. It is a little bit worse. But I imagine it would be just as weird, like making eye contact with a Yuzuki and just being like, "Oh, hi." uh, I don't know. I don't think it would work. But yeah, I mean, have fun if you ever do that. But then we got on to the big one. We had Marigold first stream 2026 in Ota Ward Gymnasium. They announced an attendance of 1,812. This venue is so weird because every camera shot looked empty, but there are so many seats, and this is such a wide venue. This
Yeah.
could definitely be a shoot 1800
No, I
and
think it
also
was a
have
shoot
looked empty.
1800
Yeah,
because like when you see like the seats were filled.
the
Like it wasn't
the
like there
seats.
were like
Yeah, I know
big gaps of like people. It's just that
that.
the way it was set up, it looks like you know what I mean. Like yeah, it looked but it
Yeah,
sounded good. It
yeah,
like I like clearly people were there. Like I don't think this was a fake number. Um, I've seen some fake numbers recently. Like I don't think this is one of them.
yeah. Like the Marigold Korakuen 2 weeks ago.
Easy, easy. I
um,
think that was around 700.
yeah.
I
Well,
think that
I don't
was
know.
realistic.
I have seen somebody say that they were there, and it was probably about 16 at this show, which I think is still up year over year. I think didn't they do 12 or 13 for last year?
No,
So they're
no,
no,
they. I think this show was like, or maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was like 5 people less on the.
really okay. I thought it was up year. I thought Pep said it was up from
I might be
their
thinking
last
of a
show in
different show.
Ota.
I'll
Could
check.
be. But either way, it's first stream. This is the
Check.
weakest of the pay per views. I think I've kind of established it as that, so you can kind of get away with it being a lower number. An
Yeah,
1800.
yeah. So
Cool.
last year's was 1830. This year's was 1812.
Right? Yeah,
They
you
were.
probably would have hoped for a bigger bump.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you don't
You have
got Tommy in
Mayu
the main
now.
event.
That usually helps.
Well, not this time.
You've
Lucky.
got Mayu. Yeah, But anyway,
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think truthfully, I think Marigold, and this is, from somebody who doesn't live there, so I don't know this for sure. It feels like Marigold has tanked their promoting abilities comparison to last year. Like their first year, their promoting was pretty
mhm,
incredible. Like they did a pretty good job of getting the name out there. Um, but I feel like where we're at now, it feels like they're just they especially with like this show and like shows in Tokyo, it feels like they just are not like advertising it. Like I don't know. If I
yeah,
wasn't as into Marigold, I probably wouldn't know the show was happening, even if I was going
mm,
to Tokyo to watch wrestling. It's like if I was just like, tangentially into Joshi wrestling, I probably wouldn't know the show was happening. Um, Whereas I feel like, even without EO, like they did a pretty good job, um, their first 12 months or so of like making sure people knew that shit was happening. They just had a harder time like drawing because they didn't have the star power of someone like Mayu. But I feel like I mean like that Korakuen we were just talking about. It's like how do you I know I keep dwelling on it, but like how do you not announce that a tournament is happening until 2 days before it's happening. Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Um, Not saying that it would have been a massive draw, but, like, I don't know, maybe you get some tag team wrestling fans there if you pretend like it matters. I don't
Mm.
know, like it's just stuff like that. So I'm not surprised with the number, and I mean, we looked at the card beforehand. It was a good card, but not like a game changing card by any means. So, I wasn't surprised that it went down a couple people, but
Mhm.
I get what you mean. That's like it was probably not a good thing.
Yeah. We started the show then with Koko, Seri Miyoka, and Shinno beating Kazuna Tanaka, Komomo Manami, and Yuka Yamazaki in 13 minutes. Seri beat Yuka to get the win for her team. This is fine. I kind of expected a lot more from it, to be honest, but I don't think many of the pairings were the strongest pairings. Seri and Yuka did good work in the finish, but everything
Yeah,
else just kind of was kind of there.
yeah, I mostly agree. Um, yeah, I'm struggling to like remember much that happened
Yeah,
outside of Sari and Yuka.
even Shino, and
Uh,
I'm a big Shino fan, but even her, I feel like she didn't do much.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, like the Sari and Yuka stuff was like really good, and I think they're always really good. But other than that, it's like yeah, Kazuna did some good stuff. Kazuna and Shino, I do
Yeah,
remember
Shino
that. But
brings the best out of Kazuna from
yeah,
what we've
definitely.
seen.
Um, but I don't think we got the best out of Shino here necessarily. So that
No,
was,
she's been a bit rough the last 2 weeks.
yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, this match was I thought it was like quite good, especially for the closing stretch. But a decent chunk of it's kind of forgettable.
All right.
Sorry to the Komomo fan.
um,
Did you
our
keep
next
that?
match,
Fan. Said
yes.
fan.
um, Hummingbird, Koki Amare, and Natsumi Shizuki beat Minami Yuki, Nagisa Tachibana, and now Shikawa. That is wrong. That was Mamoka Hanazono instead of
Hmm.
Minami Yuki.
Hmm.
And because actresses win, actresses have beaten pro wrestling. Koki, of course, got the win in her comeback. She has unfortunately brought back the long hair. I
Yeah.
dislike every
I
decision she seems to make.
She needs new. Like I don't
She's everything.
like the look. I don't know why she's sticking so hard to it.
I don't know either.
I will say, and I know this is probably Cope. I thought Koki, considering she's been injured for the past year, basically, at this point, looked fine.
Well,
I
yeah,
thought she was
she's
gonna
been a
look completely
workhorse.
incompetent.
Her and now are doing it, and
Yeah,
now Scala is the workhorse.
I thought her and now looked really good against each other. Um, which again, considering I thought that Koki would walk in like a mummy, which she did. She was covered in tape, but I thought she'd walk in like completely out of her depths. It looked good, and I was happy about that. Shizuki also looked good on her return. Um, as Hanazono, but she hasn't been hurt. She just hasn't been around.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fun to see Hanazono.
yeah, I thought it
The
was a good match. I thought it
party
was like
exploder.
solid. Nothing. Like
Yeah.
I was just happy to see that the returnees didn't look bad.
Yeah.
That's what I was happy about.
Koki won just in case anybody thought her push was going to slow down.
Well,
Not a
of course
chance.
not. I mean, okay, look at who she's wrestling. Like,
Yeah, I
if
know.
she didn't pin him, who was like Hummingbird? She
Shizuki?
could have Hummingbird could have pinned any of these
Shizuki should
people.
probably be
I know.
somebody
I
that
think
they
Shizuki
elevate.
should be like challenging for the red belt, but I
Yeah,
nobody cares what I think.
no. Um, we had Megaton versus Popular K, who was uh revealed to be Tokyo Japan Kurashio. I learned
Yep.
that was his new name.
Kuroshio Tokyo
Um,
Japan.
yeah, whichever. He got the pop. He did the jacket thing. Uh, Much like Minoru Suzuki, as a Joshi fan, I'm not exposed to like some of these more
Yeah.
like irritable gimmicks, I guess. So he to me was very funny. Like everything
Yeah,
with
I mean like
Megaton was very
he's
funny. The
he's really
Gao
funny.
and the Hay
Yeah.
giggling like a fucking lunatic. I like that she's stolen the three match bit from Hirota. It makes for the crowd to pop on the third fall when
When
she inevitably
she
kicks
kicks
out.
out. Yeah.
And like the crowd would just be into these Megaton matches. I know somebody who was
Oh
there
yeah.
and he was like, everybody was into Megaton. Like people were just into the match. And that's what Megaton offers, is she's an actual crowd engagement standout wrestler who like is interesting. So I really like this. I just thought it was really funny. You'd probably
Truthfully,
hate
I
it if
think
you're exposed to Tokyo Kurashio, but like I think he's funny. So
I think Rossi's gonna need to get Hirota in. I don't know if they're cool. I don't know the last time she appeared on a Rossi show.
I don't
Um,
know. She wrestled in Stardom like early on.
yeah, like so
Wrestled a
I
kid.
presuming that, they don't have beef, I think that they gotta do that match. I think it would be
Hmm.
so funny. I think it might not work because they both do very similar shticks. Like Megaton is a lot of times just kind of trying to be a Hirota light
Yeah,
type of wrestler, but I think it would be kind of funny, especially if you get like veteran Hirota who's like, "Why are you fucking around? I'm the one who's supposed to fuck around. Fuck you."
yeah,
Like I think that would be really funny. Yeah, I mean, I avoid Jiro quite frequently. I don't watch him enough to be annoyed with him, but I just that's by design.
yeah.
But I think this is kind of like the perfect use of him. Like I think him, I don't know. I think he's funny sometimes. I need to blow my nose. My shit's getting fucked. Hold on.
Well, Dylan is gone. I want to say Tommy does Jack a bit funnier than Tokyo did.
Oh, 100%. That's actually something that I picked up on is that it's like the problem is that we have a better jacket time guy, and it's Utami. Like
Yeah,
she does it funnier. Um, which is unfortunate for the guy who like, does it for a living. But yeah, I think this is kind of the perfect slot for him, like to do like a guest spot here like this. Um, Watching him in like a tournament, which people seem to love to put him in for some reason. Like that's not as good.
yeah. Um, but yeah, that was that. Fun time.
Hmm.
Sad by all. We then got on to Utami Hayashishita beating Chika Goto in 12 minutes. Like I had said when this match was announced, this was kind of the perfect spot for Utami. She gave Chika Goto a lot, while also in Utami fashion, just doing random new stuff. She tried Naomi's finisher at one point because why the hell not? And it was just a really well done, like
Wait, what
logical
the fuck's
hoss battle.
what the fuck's Naomi's finisher?
She does the rear view. She
Oh
jumps
yeah, the
with
rear view. Yeah, the
her
hip attack.
backside. Yeah, and she
They
tried to
call it
do that in the exact like jumping style Naomi does, and it was very
Mhm.
funny. But yeah, it was like a really logical hoss battle. They didn't just rely on shoulder tackles. They did like a lot of stuff based around using their power to kind of try and turn the tide. I liked it, but I thought there would be other people who like love it, but I haven't heard
Oh,
anybody who like loved it.
me.
What
I
I,
loved
I'm
it.
starting to think you don't count because you have just randomly become a Utami stan, like a full
Well, no,
on.
okay,
He is
to be
like the
fair,
best to you. It's very
no,
weird.
I also just think Chikagoto when the lights are on is usually a fucking like the best.
That's fair.
But
She is
like
pretty cool.
I think I thought the same thing with the Sari match. I was like, how isn't this more like getting more love? Because it was like people liked it, but I felt like I was one of the only people who like loved it and thought it was like a fucking one of the best matches of the show. Um, I don't know if I would call this one of the best matches of the show. Yeah, kinda. Um,
Even you would call this the best messages, so don't ask me why, but I literally had that thought today.
I don't think it's the best match of the show, but I did really enjoy it. I thought it was like a great way to kind of like to kick the show into gear. Um, because I thought it was great. Like I thought that Utami and Chika obviously meshed super well. And I'm a big fan of the power stuff. I always have been. The strong arm stuff was kind of my favorite era of Joshi wrestling. Over the past 10 years or so, where like you was good and Tsukiyoki was good and Utami was good and Micah was good and all these wrestlers who just fucking lariat the fuck out of people were all like good. Like that was like my favorite shit ever. And they're kind of bringing that back uh with Utami and Goto. I love Goto's hip attacks. Like I said this last week that it's like she's going to put hip attacks into her like more heavily into her move set because she did that in Actress, but she kind of gave up on it in Marigold for a bit to kind
Mhm.
of like learn how to actually wrestle, uh, which was for the best. But now she's like, you know what? I think I'm layered enough to where I can do this and like I can actually implement it properly into my game. And she has, and I think it's great. I loved her trying to do the swing outside and the ref was counting so fucking slow. She's got so annoyed. She's like, I'm tired. Just count faster. I
Mhm.
don't want to keep swinging her. Um, And yeah, I thought the closing stretch was tremendous. Even if I always forget Utami just wins with German suplexes sometimes. I was like, oh yeah, that's she does that. Yeah, she wins. Shit, that was the finish. Okay, cool. I still thought that the closing stretch was a lot of fun, and I thought that Utami really gave Goto a lot, a lot of shine here. And I think that's kind of the point in doing this match, truthfully, outside of the point
Mhm.
that we found out later on.
Yes. Um, yeah, I thought it was another step in the Chikagoto elevation.
Yeah,
I don't fully trust Rossi to take the next step in that, but I think Twin Tower winning could probably kind of be that if they wanted to. But yeah, nice return form for Utami. This is the best use of her. Never give her a world title again. Yada yada.
bro, her
Um,
picking Chikagota up after the match and like hugging her,
that
and
was
then
nice.
just tossing her away. Those be like, that's my homegirl. It's like that's crazy. That's great. I love her.
Yeah. We then had the Twin Star title match. Chiaki Misamatsui beat Nagisa Nozaki and Rhea Seto in 17 minutes. All this was good, but for me, held back a lot by being heel versus heel. I think the crowd, for large parts, didn't really know what to do with it until they decided Rhea was the de facto babyface. But like when both teams are trying to cheat constantly, they're kind of like, "Oh, all right,
See,
yeah, sure,
this is, and I know a lot of people complain about a lot of things, but probably the one actual issue I have with Japanese crowds is that, like, I feel like I feel like, and this is, I'm not saying, it's obviously different, but in America, if it's heel versus heel, you pick a wrestler that you want to root for, and you root for them from the start of the match. Like that's just what you do, because like not every heel is made the same, and some of them are cooler and more interesting, and you like them more. That's just how it works. Um, they were chanting for Tommy like 80% into this match because they didn't
yeah."
have like because they didn't want to chant for anybody else. And I'm just like, you guys
Well,
like Misa
I
Matsui.
feel like if
I
you're
know
trying to
for a
go
fact
along with the
you
show,
guys like Misa Matsui. Like you can chant for Misa Matsui if you want. Like that's the
yeah,
that's the one place where I'm like, because you're right. Like I thought the match was really fucking good. I actually thought that they did the heel versus heel dynamic super well. I liked the different style that they went with here. Um, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I did think that disconnected greatly with the crowd because they
hmm
were just like sitting on their hands, like I don't know, I don't want to cheer for any of these people. They're bad. And I was like, you could just cheer for Misa or just cheer for Rhea. Like I know you like both of them. Like you could cheer for either. Like
yeah,
it's not
they
like
did eventually cheer for Rhea.
yeah, but it took a long time, and it was because she was the one who eventually got hit with the chair. Even like the
Yeah,
last person to get hit with the chair, because everybody got hit with the chair at some point. But she was the last person to get hit with the chair, and she got hit the worst, I guess. And so they're like, okay, I feel sympathy for her. I'll cheer for her. It's like you could just cheer for people. Like
I don't know.
I
I
don't
think
know.
if you're
Like,
going along with the show, it's harder to do that.
and
Like,
I think this is also a Joshi thing more so because like
mm,
people were cheering for Evil like 2 minutes into the G1 last year, the
yeah,
G1 final. Like they weren't afraid to cheer for the bad guy. Um, I think in Joshi it's a bit more like they're a bit more hesitant, which isn't something I like. I think it kind of it like it was a detriment to this match, which I thought was like really well played because
yeah,
sometimes it's fun to see heels try to out scheme each other. Like this sort of match is what I was expecting from the Magenta match, and we didn't get. It was just the Magenta match was pretty much just uh
spots.
what do you say?
That needs to go crazy. Spots.
Yeah, it was just Misa spots. Like it wasn't, heel versus heel, them like out scheming each other. This match was that, and I love that. Like I think that's such a fun way to do a heel versus heel dynamic, and it's probably my favorite way. Um, but the problem with that is that nobody looks like the good guy necessarily. Like nobody's very clearly displayed as the good guy. So in this case, the crowd just didn't really. They cheered for the referee. Like that's a detriment to the match. But I thought that the match was really fun. I really liked, like I said, how they laid it out. I like that they both teams kept trying to bring chairs into the ring, and Tommy's like, guys, come on. both like I can't be doing this with both of y'all. Like this is getting ridiculous. And both teams would get annoyed when she would take the chair out of the ring because they were like, no, that's how we roll. Like let us do our shit. Like I liked a lot of the dynamic here. It was interesting. It was different. Um, but it didn't click with the crowd, which was to its detriment big time. And I think the last few minutes where it did, where Rhea was like the big baby face that they were cheering for, was great. Like legitimately a great sequence of a great closing stretch. So I really like the match, but I do think that just like the nature of heel versus heel in Joshi in this, currently just doesn't click as much as you would want it to, or as I would want it to at least.
Yeah. So please never do it again, Rossi.
Oh, don't worry, we're
And
getting it for what's the next one? Shine Forever.
for Shine Forever, the new heel faction. There's gonna be a new one. They're gonna
hmm
take on
We're gonna
Rhea
get
and
two
Sassy
heel
or something.
factions before we get a regular faction.
Yeah, probably. Misa we got the win for her team in this one. She kind of continues to get small elevation with these twin star. It's very interesting. And then we got into the Marigold United National Championship. Victoria Yuzuki beat Syoko Kushino in 16 minutes to get the win. And this was well on its way to being a great match. Like I
Hmm,
thought they both did really well. Like I had a
I
lot of
agree.
praise for Yuzuki before the finish. She took everything Syoko gave her early on. Syoko was very scrappy, very heart, a lot of heart shown in her performance. And then when it came time for like the early onslaught to fade, Yuzuki was just beating the shit out of her. Um, and this was merciless, and it was really, really great. And then the finish happened, and I was like, dude, you can't. You just can't. You cannot mess up the same. You cannot mess up 3 times in a row on the finish.
It was
It's
so funny though.
so bad. And,
Oh,
like
man, and the first time she did it, I was like, "Oh, just pin her. You
yeah,
you landed on you landed your knee on her neck, she's dead. You pin
yeah,
her, like, it's over." And then she did it another time and fucked up, and she did it a third time and fucked up. I was like, "Dude, that's crazy. You coulda just pin her the first time."
yeah. And it's like it made me mad a little bit because I think Yuzuki, like, I don't think she's hit that victory sun drop properly yet, and this
She
time she
has,
came
she has.
so close to hitting
To
Kushino
killing her,
full in
yeah.
the face with her trailing leg. And I just think, like, I'm not the safety police. I've never been like you can't do tough moves. I'm not William Regal. I'm not gonna come out here and tweet and be like, oh, figure your future. Like you're wrestlers, you're stupid to do stupid stuff. But if somebody has a very bad hit rate at high risk moves, at a certain point you have to be like, listen, you just can't do it. It is not worth it because she is going to hurt somebody eventually with the spiral tap. She's come close twice already that I can think of. She's going to hurt somebody eventually, and she doesn't need the spiral tap. She is a very good wrestler. She does not need that at all. So just get rid of it. Just don't do it. You know what I mean? Like at a certain, like Hazuki tried the shoot and star press. I have no problem with Hazuki trying a shoot and star press, but when it became clear she was going to kill somebody, it was like, okay, stop. Just don't do it. You know? So that kind of annoyed me
I
because I was
disagree,
like,
I think
"You
she
don't
should
need
keep doing it.
this. Don't do the move."
I think
But yeah,
I think in this moment, she didn't need to do it. I think she could have just done a moonsault, truthfully,
I loved the Moonsault Symphony. I
yeah.
loved that. I needed her to do
But
that.
once 2 wrestlers, appeared after she started doing that who do it also, um,
Yeah, but
you know
she did 3 of them back to back,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I guess that'd be cool. Um, oh, my dog has returned. Hi, Molly.
Yeah, it was a great match until the finish.
Um,
So that was kind of where I landed.
I would generally agree. I thought it was, like, fun. Like, I didn't think the finish took away from it that much. It was like, "Oh, man, 3 times?" Like,
Mm,
that was rough. If she fucked up the first 2 and then hit it clean from the top, it'd be like, "Okay, whatever."
yeah,
Especially because the first one, I was like, "Oh," like, it got enough of, like, a reaction out of me that I was like, "Okay, whatever." It was a botch, but that was cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, the second time, I was like, and then she did it again, I was like, "Oh, man, that's rough." Match was cool, though. I mean, yeah, I feel like Shoko did good. Like, I thought that she did very well.
yeah,
She does need just more. She just needs
Yes.
more to
Yeah.
do. Like I think that was the biggest flaw of hers. But
She's not
like
really natural either. She was out of
no,
position once or
um,
twice.
and
That's
I think she needs new gear. She just needs like she's a step forward.
mhm.
I still think she was a step behind what not even a step behind. I thought the match was, like I said, really good. Like it was a good match, but I think she's still a step below what you want from a United National Challenger. I think she still has to take some steps, some make some changes to get to that point where it's like, yeah, like this is she's fitting of this role. But I still really liked it. I've been liking the way that they've been doing these white belt matches, like especially
Yeah.
the opening sequences where it is a bit more like, yeah, we're gonna like fight and then we're gonna do the cool shit. Um, like that power bomb outside was
Oh, it was
disgusting. Like
nuts.
like that locks you in. You know what I mean? Um, and it's always that sort of thing. And like I don't know. I find myself not wanting to be too you know to paint by numbers and what I want from wrestling, because not every match needs like a dangerous spot to start the match. But I think in instances where it's like, okay, this wrestler, maybe you think she's kind of boring, or she just doesn't really click with you, or she just hasn't really connected or whatever, or whoever it may be, like whatever the case may be, doing something like that early on makes you lean forward in your chair and and leads to the audience having, you having the audience's attention to really show what you can do. And I think that's what was necessary from Shioko here. Because I was paying attention, but it wasn't like I was like, yeah, like this is exciting. Let's see what's going on. And then, she hits that and I was like, "Oh, fuck. Okay. I like they might be killing each other. Like that might be it might be that kind of match." So, I think that was necessary and I think it was really cool. Izuki, I don't know if it was just the hair. It wasn't just the hair because it was also a lot of the mannerisms. Maybe watching too many Julia tapes?
Possibly.
Like, just I don't know, like, not again, like, at first I was like, "Oh, the hair is very Julia." Like, it's Julia like, this is Julia's most famous hairstyle is what she's doing right now. And then, like, I started just seeing, like, just certain like, the way she would walk after a move. Like, it just like, the way, she would just, like, kinda step around and whatnot. The way she would bob her head, I was like, "Yeah, she's being a mini Julia right now."
A little
In a
bit.
good way. Like, I thought she still did good. Like, it wasn't oh, like, I think Julia had so many pitfalls as a wrestler, um, that you fear somebody who is emulating her will fall down even more so, even more frequently, even more obviously. I didn't think Yuzuki did that. I think that didn't think that was like a detriment. But there were certain things where it's just like, okay, she's feeling like Julia today. Oftentimes she feels like Mayu, sometimes she feels like fucking Rey Mysterio. Sometimes she feels like a white belt Saya Kamitani. Today she's feeling
Mhm.
like Julia. Um, And I didn't think that was like a positive or a negative necessarily, but it was just a observation. I liked the match. I liked it a lot, but yeah, obviously it had its flaws.
Yeah. And I will say, I think Syoko came out of this looking like a credible title challenger in a lot of ways. And I think
Hmm.
I give a lot of credit to Yuzuki in that. Like I think she made Syoko look really good. But I feel like I'm confident in Syoko if they wanted to put her in a spot with one of the top talents that she could deliver, which is kind of what I want more of Marigold. Like just let Mayu or Miku Ono have a good match with your mid card wrestlers. Like if Syoko wanted to challenge whoever the red belt champion is just before the Dream Star, that'd be great. And I think she's at that level where she could do that at a Korakuen or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, 60
Um,
minutes. Like, I think that's pretty impressive. I think she held herself quite well for a
yeah,
60-minute title match.
yeah. And like everybody else who is at the top end of the company will be able to bump for her and be able to keep the match going for her. Like if she can hang here with Yuzuki, she can hang with Mayu, she can hang with Utami, she can hang with Miku Ono, my Sakurai, So I
Yeah.
think this kind of accomplished something. I think they can hopefully add Syoko to the rotation of people who can have matches for the top belts because I do kind of need more of those. Because Gochka
I
cannot be
agree.
the first person to lose to every every new champion. Um,
And so,
yeah,
so I know that I'm still coping here, but early on, it still feels like, am I crazy for feeling like Chikagoto should probably win a singles title this year? Like, that's
Um,
where we're
it depends
going
on how long their
with
twin star
this.
reign goes, because that has to happen. I think the
I
twin
don't know
star
if
has
that's happening because I think they
it
might
has
just put the belts on
I think it
Shinno
is
and
so
and Seri,
important
if I'm being
for
real.
Chica and Koki as long-term stars to have that twin star run, because that will establish them as like a pairing to have matches for titles down the line to tell stories. You
Mhm.
know Rossi loves that shit. So
Yes.
I feel like they need to do this so that in 3 years' time, Chica and Koki can have a pay-per-view semi-main or a main event for one of the belts and be like, "Hey, we used to team together. We stopped teaming. We went our separate ways." Like that's Rossi 101. I think Chica has to get that twin tower run in before a singles belt. But yeah, obviously she should beat Sari for the UN. Like that's how I would do it. But I'm not booking, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a match. Yuzuki, stop doing crazy shit. You are too
No,
good for
keep
that.
doing crazy shit. Keep
Okay,
doing
do
crazy shit.
crazy shit, but if you're gonna hurt somebody, stop doing it because you are too good for that. We then got on to the GHC Women's Championship match. Mayu Iwatani beat Takumi Iroha in 25 minutes to become the first woman in history to hold IWGP and GHC titles. This was an excellent match. This is currently the match of the year for 2026. I haven't watched Tanahashi Okada. Hold your hatred back.
Yeah.
Um, this was amazing. Mayu brings out the side of Takumi that like made me a fan because
Mhm.
she doesn't have that side a lot anymore. But for whatever reason, just because Mayu is like the bumper and the seller, and she's kind of the one that can be more flashy in their matches, Iroha always takes on this very aggressive, very dominant role, and that fits her so well. Like she just hits hard. She throws Mayu around. Mayu sells like crazy. Mayu's comebacks are always fantastic. And then when it's time to go back and forth for the usual Mayu finishing stretch, you're in. You're all in.
Yeah.
And this was a fantastic match. One of the best Takumi efforts in a while. And I don't know if I would say best Mayu match since she jumped, but definitely a contender. Like it's probably not as good as the EO match, but that's because it was
No,
EO.
I also don't have it as good as the Nanai match, I think. I think
I
that
would
one
say this is better than the Nanai one, but
I think this might be on par, but I don't think it's better.
yeah. But either way,
Yeah.
fantastic match. Mayu Iwatani, the woman that you are. This is why we signed you. Like this is why you get Mayu. This is what
Yeah.
she offers.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if this match happens at what the fuck was at Grand Destiny last year, we have some very serious conversations about Takumi Iroha's Wrestler of the Year case last year.
Yeah.
Um because like like she kind of like didn't do anything for that last couple months of the year. If this match happened then, oh boy, that would be a maybe not like number one, number two argument, but she would easily be in the top five, I think.
Hmm.
Because she like but yeah, I mean, hell of a match, incredible match. Obviously, the match of the night. Obviously, outside of the Tana match, as you said, um, that you haven't seen. Outside of that one, this is definitely the match of the year so far for me. It was so good. It was. I don't know. I think maybe you could be a bit less positive about it, depending on how much you love the Korakuen matches in 2020. Because I don't know if this was as good as either of those, but man, they just are magic together. I loved pretty much every moment of this match. I loved Mayu doing some Sabuism, where she I'm gonna call it that, where she went for the Dragon Ray and just completely ate shit.
Yeah,
Um,
that was
Takumi
awesome.
sold that well, like I thought that they both sold it well. I thought it was a fun because it made the match feel like they're fucking swinging. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
this is not a natural. And I know I say a lot of critiques of the Io Mayu match. Obviously, it was like match of the year or one of them. Um, but I think this had that quality of Mayu where it's like, oh, this is like an uncontained an unbound wrestler. If you are a fan of Yoda Suji, this is an unbound wrestler who like you don't know what the fuck's about to happen, right? Like she could just fucking like fall over, and like anything it felt so volatile. Um, and I really love that about their matches in particular. Um, against each other and certain Mayu matches like this. I think Mayu on January 3rd is a different animal. Or no, that was January 4th. On the holiday, I would say is just a different animal, and I loved this match. I was super happy with it. Um, I don't even know what else to say. It was just great, and I'm so happy about what happened after the match. Man, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, I did like the Mayu. There was a point where she went up to the top rope and was like all unsteady because obviously she had her
Mhm.
leg and her back beaten up a lot. So and then she messed up, as you said, the Dragon Rana. I was like, that is awesome. That is like, why do more wrestlers not do that? Your leg is sore, so you can't do your high risk moves. Like that is so cool. Um, and yeah, it definitely added to some of the finishing stretch, and it was very nice.
I think I think we need more unforced errors in wrestling.
Probably.
I think
Probably.
I think unforced errors make
Big CM
wrestlers
Punk fan, huh? That's like his whole thing now, isn't it? He's like, I'm botching, but I'm old. You gotta give me it.
okay,
Right?
not in the CM Punk way, in the Sabu way. Very different ways.
Okay. Well, no, I
Um,
don't. I feel I feel like the Sabu way is very different.
well, not okay, not
The way
in
you
the
described it is
2020,
very CM Punk.
not in the 2026 CM Punk way, because I think
Okay.
he's
Right.
kind of not good recently. Every
Right.
match I've seen of him in the past like year has been pretty bad. Um, but but yeah, I mean, like yes, I think that is a underutilized character device that you can use. Um, and I think we kind of talked about it, and Velke. Velke is a big fan of this with Soriano and her imposter syndrome. It's like, does she have imposter syndrome, or is she just kind of inconsistent and not very uh confident? Like, does it just not like does she just not have that much you know I don't know what the word is, but because obviously she's confident, but it's a matter of like, is this a character aspect or is it just them fucking up? This is a very common thing in Joshi wrestling these days. Is a very common question, and I think with like in ring, that can be told actually well, a lot better than it can be like on the mic or in like like the build up to matches. We talked about for so long about like, oh, is this match build bad or is that the point? And it is always just bad. I think in matches an unforced error. Like you should overshoot sometimes. Like you should overshoot your moves, your high flying moves, because you just didn't calculate right, and then you get fucked up. Like the person shouldn't even have to move. Like sometimes you should just fuck up, and
Mm.
and that protects you, but it also it protects you because it's your fault. You fucked up. It's not your opponent's fault. And it also allows you to be better as time goes on. Um, I guess like maybe the best example of this is Naito with the Stardust Press. He never hits it. He knows he won't hit it, but he just wants to. Like it's like this like character defect that he just can't help but do, and it never works. He always fucks it up. The guy always moves out of the way. It's always timed wrong. Something always goes wrong when he tries to hit that move, but he just can't help himself. Like it's just he makes that mistake over and over again. More wrestlers need to make mistakes. This is my point.
Okay.
Um, and I think Mayu is like the type of wrestler where like she could just do that. And obviously, I think in this case, it's like obviously I don't think she intended to fuck up there, but shit, if she did, I wouldn't blame her. I think that was the correct. I think her not hitting it was better for the match than her
Yes.
hitting it. Like just it just
Sure.
was.
You need to start getting your teeth into Tokyo Joshi Pro. I don't know. Sounds like
Over
a
there
Miyu
playing
Watanabe
mistakes are
match. Sounds like a Miyu Watanabe special. Um, yeah, that
I've
Jam
been
Force
meaning to
though.
watch that.
Oh,
I've been
dude,
meaning
it
to watch the jam.
rocked. Yeah, you should watch it. That show kicked ass. Um, as you said, after the match, Utami Hayashishita came out, and maybe I have this wrong, but she wanted to challenge Mayu for the GHC, and Mayu was like, "I don't want to defend it yet. I just got it.
Yeah,
Please leave
she
me
was like
alone."
we gotta go through all the process. We gotta talk to Nozawa. I know he's ringside, but I don't want to talk to
Yeah.
Nozawa right now. Um,
And Utami was
mm,
like, "Well, you have an anniversary, so will you wrestle me then?" And Maya was like, "All right, fine, I guess."
non-title
Yeah, non-title though.
as of now.
Yeah,
Um,
she's so funny.
which makes me think that they are going to do a long haul, sort of like the Chikagoto thing, except I think it'll actually pay off here. Uh, where Chekhov's match, so to speak, and that's a terrible analogy. Um, where Chikagoto got a singles match against Miku, excuse me, and she lost, so she didn't get to challenge for the belt. Um, I think Utami's going to lose in the singles match against Mayu, so she's not going to be able to challenge for the GHC until
Mhm.
like the end of the year. She's going to win it.
All right. I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
I think that because I don't think Mayu loses on her.
No, yeah, that would be strange. The show that's literally running
It's
for
it's
her.
literally just it's Mayu's
Yeah,
show. She's
the
not
Mayu
losing here.
anniversary. Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
they're not doing that so they could set up a match, next month or whatever. Like I
It
think
would
that
it would be a bit too much. That'll be their third match in like 6 months or
yeah, but
so.
they're also like one of the best pairings of the decade. So like I
Yeah,
don't
but you can still overdo it.
I agree, but
So
um, I mean yeah, I mean there for a while the best young pairing was Starlight Kid and Izumi, and we saw how that fucking went.
yeah.
Um, ugh. If you told me that there was a Starlight Kid versus Izumi match tomorrow, I wouldn't watch it. I'd be like,
That's
I don't
fine.
want to do this to myself again. I'm I'm sad.
Yeah,
These
no, their
matches
white
suck.
belt match was that soured me.
Um, even their second high speed, not second or third, I don't know, like their last high speed title match, I was also like, this doesn't click
Didn't they have a
anymore.
GP match, or am I mistaken? They definitely wrestled in the 5-star last year.
Not last year, it might have been the year
Oh,
before.
I thought they did a draw.
No,
Anyway,
I don't think they have a 5-star match in a while.
all right.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, I get what you mean. But I think that the move is Utami loses to Mayu, and then later this year beats her for the GHC belt. Because I've always kind of felt like Utami was kind of destined for the GHC belt.
Yeah.
Um, just kind of
Well, the
felt
way
like it
they're
made
both
sense.
booked kind of suits this belt a lot better.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Mayu, like I've said since for like 4 months now that Mayu should just be GHC champion because how she wrestles and how they've booked her fits that a little bit more than the Superfly.
Mm,
So I'm kind of here for it, and if they keep that up with Utami, then I wouldn't mind.
I agree. I agree.
All right. We got onto the main
Oh,
event.
but Utami did say uh, that she also wants to do a champion summit at the next
Yes,
Korakuen,
that she did.
but she is not a champion.
Yes.
So
I think they
she's not.
changed it to an all-star summit or something.
Yeah, she's in
The
her Kevin
strongest.
Steen era, when Mount Rushmore had all the PWG belts, and
Yeah,
he's like, "They're the tag champions. He's the world champion. Me, I don't need a belt. I'm the champion of the fucking universe. Fuck you." And then he just goes on with his promo. That's Utami. That's Utami.
that's real. We had in the main event for the Marigold World title, Mika Ono beat Mai Sakurai in 26 minutes by dumping her on her freaking dome. Um,
That was a receipt, brother.
yeah, this was a very good match, held back by the fact that for 10 minutes, Mika Ono did not know her name, the year, the date, or what planet she was on.
Mm.
That table bump had her seeing stars, and she was
All the time,
basically
seeing
all
stars.
the time. She was basically dead weight for like 10 minutes, and then by the time she kind of got back into it, it was like the closing stretch of the
It was
match.
hard. It was hard to really get it back on track. Yeah.
Yeah, like there was 2/3 of the match gone, and she was finally able to like do moves without it being sloppy. So, like, and it's a shame because they came to fuck each other up. Those
Mhm.
early strikes, there was some oomph to those
I
strikes.
still think this match was great. Truthfully, like I'm higher on it than most people still. Um, I think it was worse than their match last year.
Possibly.
Kind of. I want to say
That's a lot of my
obviously.
memory here to remember a
Yeah.
year ago.
Uh, well, because their match last year was like bona fide great. Like it was
Yeah.
match of the night. I think. Am I forgetting something?
For first
Match of
stream,
the night.
Tommy
Um,
Sari.
I had the other match above it.
All right. Okay.
Um, the United National. Yeah, so but that's what I mean. So it's like this was a step down definitely because it just they just couldn't really find themselves here. Because my Sakurai did decide to slay Miku Haono a few minutes into the match, just murder her. Um, maybe the craziest table bump I've ever seen. Like, cause it's not like like New Jack getting fucking or like Vic Grimes tossing or New Jack tossing Vic Grimes off of the fucking what's it called the high rise or whatever. It's like yeah, that's crazy. Like you killed him, but this is like such a simple like you're just trying to do a pile driver to the table, and somehow it's the most fucked thing I've ever seen. Like it's impressive how disgusting it was and how concerning it was. Um, this is a big fuck you to William Regal. I don't know if Julia told him some stories. Uh, like oh yeah, I don't really like that British guy. Or something. I don't know. Maybe Charlie Dempsey rubbed her the wrong way and said, "Hey, you got to spite the fuck out of William Regal right now." But they did. They did. That was the fuck. I like the match though. I thought that even despite the sloppiness, I thought that they still were able to find themselves in the right positions to have like good sequences. And I was legitimately like, oh fuck it. Like at certain points, I was like, maybe they just give the belt to Mai at this point. I don't know if Miku can continue. It had the intrigue there, um, even though it definitely was worsened by the concerns around Miku, especially amongst the crowd. Like I felt like the crowd again was kind of like worried to cheer because they were like, she probably has a headache. She probably probably doesn't want us to be too loud. Like it's just like the vibe was just like I don't feel comfortable with this match. Um, so a lot of the energy, the atmosphere, kind of got thrown off from the pile driver through the table. Unfortunately, but I love the finishing stretch. Bummed that they didn't do the finish that they've been teasing literally this entire feud. Um, the STF felt obvious. Like it felt like that was like they didn't even really work the STF like at all.
Mhm.
I think Mai did one and it was like easily uh broke, which was weird because like that was like the entire story of the match, and then Miku went to a shoot fighter and learned from him, and she also didn't do a kick. Like it'd be one thing if it's like, oh, she went to a shoot fighter to, master her kicking techniques that she's going to use that for the win. She didn't. She hit and she didn't even use the 1
Submission.
second EX
Oh yeah,
or
that,
the glorious driver. Like just
she did the glorious driver.
apparently it's something else. It's a different move.
Really, I thought they because
It's
they
a
did a near fall on the glorious driver.
yeah, she used it but she didn't win with it.
Yeah,
That yeah, no, I was right. Yeah, you're right. Um, but yeah, so she won with the Hammerlock Rikishi driver,
yeah.
which
Very
okay.
strange.
Or no,
Yeah.
she did she kneel out with it?
She
Might be a
sat out.
hammer.
She
Yeah,
sat out.
then yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Hammerlock Rikishi driver.
Yeah. I prefer dropping her on her dome for the description because it's very
Mhm.
accurate.
Like
Um,
Thunderbolt
yeah,
without the you
just
know.
somehow less safe.
Yeah,
um,
insane. That
yeah,
was
I
a
don't.
receipt.
Probably was honestly like that was very dangerous for my. I know the table had collapsed, and it's like okay, you got to do your spot, but the corner of the fucking table. Are you serious? Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it was very. They just never got to build the match to the finish. Um, which is a shame because, as I said, Miko Ono, some of those strikes early on, there was some oomph to them. There was some oomph to what Mai was doing. Like they were ready to go out there and kill each other. Unfortunately, they almost did. So it kind of just messed with the flow. So it kind of took it down a lot for me. And I ended up enjoying Mayu and Takumi as like far and away the best match of the show. So
Hmm.
that's kind of where I landed ultimately.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Um, That was that for the show. I thought it was a good show. I think it will be remembered a bit better for what it accomplished. I think uh, giving Utami that kind of win to get back into it. I think the Koki getting her win, Seri getting her win, Misa Matsui getting a win on it and continuing to kind of elevate her. You have Syoko solidified as somebody up the card who is important. I think they did a lot of good stuff on the show that maybe didn't jump out on the day, but will kind of benefit them long term. And like once you have a Mayu Takumi level match, I think you're fine. I think
Yeah,
that alone is
that
enough
was that
for a
was
lot of
kind of my
people.
thing. Um, like I was looking at this compared to like Queendom last week, right? Um, and I was like, Queendom, will probably be remembered much better, for obvious reasons. But I do think that this show had Takumi and Mayu, and I don't think Queendom had anything close to that. Um, in terms of like the higher ceiling, you know what I mean? Like I think that was like a big victory here, was just how good Mayu and Takumi worked together, because that, I think, really changed the narrative of the show. I think without that, this was like a good show, but
Yeah.
nothing more. I think with it, it's like, okay, yeah, this was like a really high level show, especially the top match, on it, Takumi and Mayu, match of the year contender. Like I think that's what you want. You know what I mean? Ultimately. Um I didn't think this card was like particularly inspired going into it, and I think that like ultimately what we got out of it, outside of Miku and Mai going better than it did, was pretty much what I would have expected and what I imagined they wanted. You know.
I imagine routinely First Dream will be the weakest pay per view kind of the year because it's just hard
It
to.
feels like they're just kind of doing it because it's like they gotta.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
holiday.
but it's
The
really
holiday.
hard to get from Sumo Hall to Ota
True.
in like 6-ish weeks. Like there's just not enough time for them to do anything. So I think routinely this will be the weakest show on the calendar, and like that's just it. So it's kind of just trying to accomplish what they can. And it'll be interesting to see looking back, maybe if this ages better, if this was like Koki Seri starting their big years, or like Matsui, continuing her kind of rise through with the Twin Star. All that kind of stuff could definitely change it in hindsight. But kind of as it was a good show. Can't really complain too much. We're gonna preview something that is not a good show. There is a Marigold show happening on the 12th of the 1st, 2026. It is in Korakuen Hall, and the show opens with Hummingbird versus Nagisa Tachibaton. Uh, Hummingbird?
Yeah, she's been winning matches lately.
They like the hench.
I've been happy.
Now Ishikawa versus Arina Yamanaka. I quite like this. I'm hoping there's a press conference because now Ishikawa is the type to like give this some juice. But even if not, like they're both good at what they do. I think this will be a good one. Arena probably wins.
Yeah, it's so nice having a fucking website, by the way.
Yes. Did Chanyota piss somebody off?
Probably.
Is there any reason she's not working these shows
Probably.
anymore? Yeah. There's more than
Probably
two
when she
Joshi
said,
promotions.
yeah,
Then yeah.
yeah.
Um, Mai Sakurai takes on Rhea Seto. Didn't they run this like 2 months ago on a house show? Am I insane?
You are insane. But I think you're also right. Uh,
Okay, that was a good one.
I'm giving
Yes,
you.
I'm pretty sure they ran it on a smaller show because they were randomly doing a lot of like Rhea
Yeah.
Seto singles.
Oh, it's been a while now. It was July, so it's been 6 months.
Really? Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't think so.
It was only
That's
6
crazy.
minutes. I imagine this will be a longer one.
Yes, definitely. Interesting match all the same. Seri Yamioka and Yuki Yamazaki take on Kazuna Tanaka and Komomo Manami. I mean, sure. Why the hell not? Seri's gonna win.
Yeah,
That's
cool
the thing.
match, but like
Yeah. Um, the semi-main event. Yes, you heard that right. Semi-main event. Natsumi Shizuki, Chikagoto, and Syoko Kashino taking on Nagisa Nozaki, Misamatsui, and Chiaki.
ooh, okay,
Um,
okay, okay, okay. Peep game lock in. Shozuki turns heel.
why?
I don't fucking know.
I don't think they need more heels. I think they need more credible wrestlers more than anything. Um, I don't know. I could see The baby faces and like Shizuki. I don't even know if Shizuki has a tag team partner. She might challenge for the. She
There's
can't challenge
already
for
a
the Twin Star because
yeah.
we already have a Twin Star
We're
Championship match
locked
set
in.
up.
We're locked up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe she I don't know, maybe Shizuki wins
And
and
challenges Yuzuki
challenges. Yeah,
for the main
or
event.
Mayu. I don't know. You can't challenge Mayu because she's also
She
booked
has
in
to
a match on
challenge
the
her.
30th. um, yeah, it's a great time.
To be fair,
Um,
we're complaining that there are too many challengers already set, and that's nice. I think it's nice that there are
yeah.
challengers set.
No, it's just it's very annoying in the moment.
I
Yeah,
think
I
I
think the
think the
baby
one thing
faces
that
will win.
is detrimental is that there are no title matches on this fucking card.
Yes. Well, there's nothing on the card. Because that's our semi-main event. The main event is admittedly fantastic. It is Miku Ono and Utami Hayashishita versus Mayu Iwatani and Victoria Yuzuki. Um, Going to be a great match. Presumably Utami will pin Mayu or Yuzuki, and then set up the Mayu anniversary match.
This is gonna go to a 30-minute draw.
That is probably true, actually. Yes, that would make a lot of sense. Well, not sense, but I could definitely see it. Um,
I could
yeah,
also just see Miku pinning Yuzuki, not giving anything
yeah,
away
they
too
could do.
much.
Yeah, just to make sure the red belt is above the white. That would be interesting.
Maybe this is their way to set up a champion versus champion match.
Which belts?
Red and white.
I would agree, but that was just the GP final.
Yeah,
That's again, you're preaching a match that they just did 3 months ago. So
small roster,
yeah.
brother.
Uh, um,
I didn't even like that match. I'm not like oh yeah, this is a match that needs to happen. I thought that was not great. Um, but
yeah.
title versus
This
title.
I don't know why this card is so bad. This is on a holiday apparently as well. Like, why have you booked a one match card? You don't have to do that. Why isn't there a number one contenders match somewhere on here? Like, why are you not setting something up? I just don't understand booking such a weak show. Like, I don't know.
It's not even that it's weak. It's that there's no intrigue
Yeah, like
specifically.
why
Because you're
why
right.
should
Like there
anybody
should be like a
care
number one
about
contender match.
anything happening here? Like, there's no reason to give a damn about Mai versus Rhea at all. There's no reason to care about Now versus Arena at all. No reason to care about the youngins tag. Like, there's gonna be good wrestling, of course. Like, there's a lot of talented wrestlers here, but there's gonna be very little investment from basically anybody. Um, and this is two Corkins in a
It
row where it looks like they've kind of just punted it.
this feels like a house show. Like the card is
Yes,
this
yeah.
is a house show
The
card.
semi main event is a standard house show match. Like,
And like it's just like a great house show. In
yeah,
terms of the main event. You know what I mean? Like that match has happened on a house show effectively. It's
yeah.
like I don't know. I think yeah. I agree with you. I think this card is like unnecessarily weak, and I'm not quite sure. Like I don't know. I don't know what the problem is here.
Well,
I think there is one.
I tried to say this before that I don't think they have the roster or the booking ability to book to the schedule they're trying to run.
Mm.
I just with how Rossi's been, I just don't trust him to make 4 pay-per-views and 13 or 14 Corkins all good. I just don't think he has it in him in Marigold.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I could, like, I'm not. I don't think you're, necessarily wrong, but it does feel like I don't know. Does he just think that his wrestlers are more popular than they are? Like, is that the problem? It's like
So he's lining
I
up
adore,
attendances.
yeah, but I adore Utami and Miku and Mayu and Yuzuki, but that tag match is not a draw.
Mm,
Like Mayu is a draw. Utami in certain instances is a draw, but this tag match, like it's not. You know what I mean? Like it's just
no,
not going to like entice viewers. Why would I go to this instead of go to the one at the end of the month? Truthfully,
yeah.
is there a single thing about the show that is worth going to over the one that's happening in 13 days from it, uh, that has 2 matches on it that are better than the entire card.
I would say no.
Like, and like you said, the tag titles are already tied up, so it's not even like, oh, this is gonna lead to Utami and Miku doing the superhero team and fucking like, oh, this is like leading to something like here or like there's no reason to believe that anything happens on the show.
Yeah.
Uh, and that is a problem, like that's ultimately like at most Utami pins Mayu and makes that match a title match at the end of the month, which
Mm.
again just makes the end of the month Korakuen better. It doesn't do anything for the show. So I don't know. Like I would agree that this is a weak card and a uncharacteristically weak card because it's like you've called plenty of Marigold Korakuens weak, and like I'll be like I don't know. I think there's like something to dig your teeth into here. Um, there's just not this time around, and it is kind of unfortunate,
Yeah, I don't know. Also, you
especially
gotta
not
get your
compared to
juice, man.
compared to like matches that are already booked for a couple weeks from now. Like it's one thing like, oh, we're setting things up here, but things are already set up. Why would I wait for you to tell me a story you already like I already know that you're like you we're doing that match at the end of the month. We're doing 3 great matches at the end of the month. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Oh. This is one of his weird new quirks for Marigold. He likes to tie all the belts up in one match, and you're like, "You sure?" He used to like get around it. I know early on he got around it by using the Twin Star or like Bozilla matches. But now he does not have Bozilla matches, so
Yeah.
it's like, all right,
Or Nanai,
sure, I
yeah.
guess.
I think
And then
I
I,
mean we've talked about a lot that losing Nanai and Bozilla. Obviously Nanai is a bigger loss, but Bozilla as a special attraction, um, it definitely has been detrimental. Just in terms of like what he could book around,
yeah,
uh, what he could tether himself to. It feels like he doesn't really have as much available to
yeah.
his,
Poor Hatman, he's getting outdone by Coda this year. Imagine.
Okay, I don't know about all that, but
Well, one has Mariah as a champion and the other does not. So,
yeah, I know.
yeah. But yeah, that's all for Marigold. I don't think they're running another show in the coming week. No, they're back on the 17th. So when we come back next week, we'll review that and we'll preview the house shows because the Mayu Korakuen is the week after, I think.
Corrected
So,
Mundo.
all right. So with that, we are finished with Marigold, as far as I can tell, unless I've forgotten
Mm,
any news, but I don't think I have. Um,
I don't think you have
did we
either.
get a diagnosis for Yuki Minami, or did we already know she tore her ACL?
I
I
think
think
we
we
know.
already knew. Yeah, okay. So with that, it's time to get on to Stardom. Woohoo! So Stardom at Wrestle Kingdom. What number Wrestle Kingdom was it?
Funny.
I will get it here. 20. Um, is Wrestle Kingdom is not on here? Oh, it is. Okay, sorry. Um, so Wrestle Kingdom 20 in front of 47,000 people. Syuri beat Saya Kamitani to win the New Japan Strong Women's Championship and
That's crazy.
retain the
That's still crazy that that
IWGP
happened.
Women's title in 12 minutes. A very surprising result. I did not expect Syuri to be the first one to put the dent in the hate armor. Um, I am shocked they would give Syuri this win on this show, especially when Saya could have won and had the 3 belts and looked like the biggest star ever. Um, Syuri won and Saya. The thing that maybe changed it is Saya's she is on cloud 10. She's concussed
Yeah,
very
I didn't.
badly.
Yeah, I didn't think she's gonna make it. Truthfully,
Yeah,
the way I was hearing
because she
things.
didn't do her like post.
Oh
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
Like Saya couldn't do her post Dream Queendom comments, from what I can remember. Like she got banged up pretty hard against Suriano and has announced that she's taking the month off until the Starlight Kid match. So I don't know if maybe it's that she wasn't healthy enough and they decided to pivot just in case, and that Siri is going to take on more dates because maybe that's like what this belt is going to do. Maybe she'll be on the New Beginning show or whatever that tour is called, for the Strong show next month. But yeah, it's just very surprising, very, very surprising result. I didn't expect Syuri to win. I just thought that Syuri, Saya would be at the top of the hill and that the downfall can come later. And also, a lot of my thoughts about like Micah beating her for the red belts was just about the fact that, well, she can lose the red belt and have the IWGP, and you can still have Saya in important matches. Now, you're not going to have Saya with the IWGP, and you would be relying on, Micah and a new white belt champion and Syuri as kind of your top three champions. It's just I didn't think they would be ready for that. Presumably post April, but I don't know if that's what they're going to do or not.
Hello. My mother had
Hi
a
there.
package delivered.
All right. I kind of talked about how I'm very unsure of Micah winning the red belt now, and that I was surprised by this, but that size banged up. So
Yeah, I don't think Mike is winning it. Hot take. Uh, I think we have so much more hate to experience in this godforsaken world, in this godforsaken company. Um, yeah, size fucked. I don't know. Because I heard rumors that she might have gotten hurt. That were obviously confirmed on commentary. By Walker Stewart. He said that she was cleared 24 hours prior to the show. Um, and obviously she's out until this Starlight Kid match. So those rumors obviously turned out to be true. And so when I heard about them, I immediately went back and watched the last few minutes of the Ano match, and yeah, she got fucked up. Like she was, she was out of it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I thought the match was good. I really liked it. Um, uh, a good addition to the card on the Tokyo Dome. I was into it. I was still shocked that Shuri won because, like, when's the last time Shuri did anything other than beat
yeah,
Sauri?
that was the thing because I was like, when did she last even have a world title match? Was it Cam won?
Ye-
She was one of the defenses in Tom's first reign. I think that's the
Did
last
she
time
did
she
she
had a
not
red belt
challenge?
match.
Did she not challenge Micah?
I
No, I
don't
would have remembered that.
recall. Yeah, I don't recall her facing
But yeah,
Micah.
I feel like Shuri has become such an afterthought in this company. That like like, oh, so she's just kind of like getting rid of Sauri just because like she's getting the belt off Sauri to make things easier. Okay, that makes sense. She's just winning it back. All right. Um, her beating top dog head honcho feels pretty out of nowhere. All things considered, because I'm checking now. Um, title matches. Um, her last. Oh my God. Yeah. So she challenged Mayu for the IWGP and she
Hmm.
lost. And before that she lost it to Julia.
Oh wow, she didn't even challenge
She
Tam.
has not challenged for the world title since she lost it.
That is insane.
Yeah. Huh. She's been doing some artist stuff and whatnot. Yeah, so like she just has she's kind of become like an afterthought. So I was very surprised to see her just win instead of Saya on like the big Saya show. You know what I mean? It's like if Aaron Wolf debuted against Bolton Oleg and Bolton Oleg just beat him. It's like, yeah, Bolton Oleg's cool. I think Bolton Oleg's awesome. But the draw was that Aaron Wolf was going to be here, and you had him lose to someone who like yeah it's like really cool and like should be in the title conversation, but like isn't. Like that would
Yeah,
be weird, you know? Like that would have been a weird choice. Um, and here we are. So yeah, I don't know. Strange. I wouldn't be surprised if things changed because she got hurt and they were just like, well, actually no, because it was still 12 minutes. It's still like it wasn't like it was like yeah, I don't know. Weird choice. I mean, I'm happy with it. I think it's probably for the best that we keep these belts separate. Who am I kidding? No, it's not. It doesn't matter. I don't know why we still have both these belts. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Weird, but good match. Happy for Shuri. Not gonna complain.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Do you think they maybe just didn't want Saya doing extra dates? I could see them wanting this belt on that American show next month.
Maybe, but you kind of have to bring Saya to the American show
Well,
because
obviously
Saya.
the Mania weekend show she will be, but isn't there a strong show soon?
Oh yeah, New Beginnings. Yeah, in
Yeah, like
America.
maybe they don't want her
Maybe.
on that. So Syuri won. 'Cause, I don't know. It just seems weird that Syuri delivers the first blow to unstoppable world champion, but yeah, it's interesting. Um, let's see what else was. Oh, and the match itself, I thought was very good. Kind of like I'd said when this was announced, Syuri is probably the best person to help condense what Saya does to, sub 15. They kind of did all the stuff you would expect. Even like the big moves that got a reaction, like the Poison Rana and stuff. Um, but yeah, like everything else, you could just tell the crowd wasn't really as engaged. So again, it kind of hurt it similar to the Twin Star match, where you're like, oh yeah, this is cool, but the crowd just couldn't give a damn.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the crowd got into it in the end enough.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, you're right.
Um, all right. That was all for the Wrestle Kingdom involvement. There is some fun stuff to look forward to from Stardom. They have two Korakuens this weekend. Um, it'll be an interesting test actually this month without Saya Kamitani. It'll be kind of intriguing to see what the drawing power is of the general brand and like the general roster without her. Because you're going to try and sell now four Corkins without your top star. So I'm very intrigued to see how that goes. Um, the first show that we're going to preview, though, is on January 10th. Stardom 15th Anniversary Series, New Year Stars 2026. This opens with Hazuki and Fuwa-chan versus
Hmm,
Koguma and Ane Kanaya.
I didn't know that
Wow.
Full-chan was back.
Yeah, she's on 3 shows this month. So that's
Cool.
fun, actually. Yeah, I could see. It depends on where they want to slot Fua in. Like, I think this will tell
I think
us,
she
like, if
goes
she's
over Ane.
if yeah. Um, it's kind of cool though. I think it's good to get Koguma involved there. I think these two. Oh no, she's not on that show. We'll have to look and see because I could see her kind of being in the FWC universe fully. But yeah, Fu over Ane most likely. B Priestley and Yuria Hime take on Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara. That's it. That could be a new blood match technically, like if they wanted it to.
Wait, who? Say it again. Sorry.
B and Yuria Hime versus Aya Sakura and Sayaka Kurara. Like, is there a
B Pri-
world where
yeah,
Yuri Hime
B
is like,
Priestley.
"Hey, can you help me win these belts?" And B's like, "Sure, let's try."
There is a world that, yeah,
'Cause she does
that
work
would
New
be
Blood.
hilarious.
She has
Yeah.
worked New Blood. Like she seems interested. Um, Xena Wakasukiyama and Kikyo Furusawa take on Rin Yamashita, Atsuki Aoki, and Bozilla. That's most likely a win for the.
Where are you finding these cards?
It's on the news section. But that's a win for Mivita Loca, I would
Yep.
imagine.
They don't
Saida.
lose.
No, that's true. Saida, Momokogo, Alex Windsor, and Olympia take on Syuri, Saki Kashima, Rane Agami, and Kyoka Kotatsu. Sorry. That is most likely a win for the ragtag team. Alex Windsor and Sarah Syuri are paired off a lot. I wonder if they're going to run that again later in the month.
Oh man.
Syuri versus Windsor for the IWGP. Or maybe they save it for
Probably.
the strong show. Like they could do that. Um, Hina,
It's a lot of
Amisori,
fucking matches.
yeah, a lot of people too. um, Hina, Amisori, Lady C, and Tomoka Inaba take on Konami, Rina, Azusa Inaba, and Fukigen Death. This is a preview tag for the Artists of Stardom Championship match. So anything can happen, really. In fairness.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and it's a preview for oh wait, no, it's Hina. Never mind.
Yeah.
I read the names wrong.
Natsupoi, Syuri Ano, and Yuna Mizumori take on Starlight Kid, Mei Sarah, and Yuki Mishiro. Oh, that's interesting. Um, well, yeah, Yuki Mishiro can beat Unimon. Ask for a high speed match.
They're already running that, aren't they?
Are they?
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Then she will
This is
win
a preview, I
because it's
believe.
preview.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Um, Micah and Rian take on Suzu Suzuki and Akira Kuragane. So that was probably a win for Suzu's crew. Just maybe
Did you not say
keep up.
Akira Kuragane was in the? Oh wait, no, that was a 3. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a thing now. This is like properly a thing. Micah,
Yeah.
Suzu,
Mike versus
their
Suzu.
factions at war. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, we
Yeah.
have. Oh
Rion
Lord.
probably falls.
Yeah. We have Hanako versus Risa Sarah again. Risa Sarah physically broken down beyond belief. Probably giving Hanako the rub. Seems kind of useless though. So just I would avoid this one. And our main event then is for the Goddess of Stardom Championship. Natsuko Tora and Rocca defend against Azumi and Miyu Amasaki. I like to see it. I like to see it. I think the champions are tame there, but I think that could be a great match. And I like that Natsuko and Rocca are just trusted to main event Korakuen. I think that's really cool.
Hmm.
I like that for them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I could see a change. I don't think it'll happen, but I could see one. Um.
I don't
I mean,
know, not the Kevin.
yeah, but I think maybe I feel like every few months they're like, oh yeah, we I forgot we have to make Azumi like not hate us. Um. And that usually comes in, you know, I think a tag title would suffice for a while.
But
But
imagine she would just win it with Kid instead of Amasaki.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Azumi and Miyu win, but I think there's a possibility.
Okay. The next Korakuen then, January 11th, Stardom 15th anniversary series. We open with, oh, Jesus Christ. Maika, Hanako, Xena, Wakasukiyama, and Rian versus Suzuki, Bozilla, Rin Yamashita, Tsukiyogi, and Akira Kuragane. Um, so
Okay.
many big matches here. Mi Vida Loca again. You can like make them look strong.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Aloka doesn't lose, remember?
Yeah. We have Saida, B Priestley, and Yuri Hime taking on Natsuko Tora, Uraka, and Azusa Inaba. Um, one of the hate people will probably pin Yuria.
Maybe, but we could also see this be the start of Ida and B looking for the tag titles.
I don't want it, but maybe.
Well, they do.
Natsupoi, Unimizumori, and Momo Kogo take on Amisore, Saki Kashima, and I assume that's Kyoka Kotatsu. Um,
Mm.
Amisore wins, I guess. Really bad at previewing now. I just have no idea. A lot of these.
Oh, Sai Kashima could win that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, over Kogo. Um, Three-way trio battle. Starlight Kid, Azumi, and Miyu Amasaki take on Syuri Ano, Aya Sakura, and Sayaka Kurara, and Koguma, Ane Kanaya, and Kikyo Furusawa. Ane paired up with Koguma a lot. I
Mm.
don't hate that. Maybe she can join up with FWC and Fua as like a group. Um, who wins? Probably Cosmic Angels. Or they lose? Actually, yeah, because they're losers now, aren't they? So yeah, the Neo
Neo
Genesis.
Genesis. Yeah.
Yeah, Neo Genesis. Uh, we have a
Oh my
very
god,
fun one.
what?
Syuri and Ron Yagami versus Sari and Alex Windsor. They're
Okay.
definitely running Syuri versus Windsor
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, one of them is going to beat Rana.
Yeah.
Okay. We have an already announced CMLL Japan Women's Championship match, Hazuki versus Mei Sarah. This was run recently, but this time Hazuki is going to win.
Yes.
And then the Artist of Stardom Championship, Rina, Konami, and Fukigen Death taking on Hina, Lady C, and Tomoka Inaba. I would like the God's Eye trio to win here. I would love Lady C to have a belt. I would love Tomoka Inaba to have a belt. I would love Hina to have a belt. So I'm gonna go with them to
Yeah,
take
they're
the
not winning.
artist belts off of Hate. Um, just because I want that. But I think it's gonna be a great match. Like I really trust the Konami Arena Fukigen trio, and I really like all three of their opponents. So I'm very into that.
Yeah, it would be really funny if they put a tag title on Tomoki Inaba as they like tease the Starlight Kid thing. Um, which might not even be teasing. They might just oh fuck.
Yeah, it might just be fan
Um,
speculation.
I don't know. They be doing like they be doing too much. Why are they making prolonged eye contact like that? Like in like a flirtatious way almost. Um,
Because
it's
it's
interesting.
Joshi wrestling and we need the Yuri. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, yeah, it's eerie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I don't think God's Eye wins with this team. I think if Inaba was Ami, I think they'd be winning.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just don't think like this team feels a bit not like a mismatch because obviously it's God's Eye and they all fit together quite well. Um, I just feel like I feel like it would be Ami in there with Hina and Lady C
Yeah.
if they were winning the belts.
Is there any small chance that they set up Konami Rina by having them lose here and like blame each other?
Yeah, I think that's definitely
Yeah,
possible.
because they might do that, but I don't know.
She
We'll have to wait.
Konami could accidentally quote unquote spray Rina and Hina gets
Yeah,
the Gato clutch.
yeah, like that could work. I think so. I think that could work. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I feel like these Korakuens show like the best and worst of Stardom at the minute because like they let a lot of the roster do cool stuff. Like O2 Line having a tag title match is great. Mike and Rian in that match with Suzu and Akira, I think is a really good use of their young wrestlers with two established stars. Hazuki versus Meisera is cool. I love the artist match. Then all that is bogged down by these constant like big tags of just names thrown at you. And sometimes they're in faction alignments and sometimes they're not. And it's really hard for people to stand out. I mean, how is somebody like Sai Ida going to do anything when she's in an 8-woman tag and then a 6-woman tag? Or like, you know, the Cosmic Angels groups, they're just there. It's just, they're just in these big matches. It's very difficult for people to stand out because this roster is
Mm.
just so big. Adding to it with the vignette girl. We have Dakota Kai in here, or Bobby
Charlie.
Tyler. Yeah, dead naming the wrestlers now. But like that's gonna be another
If only
person
it
to
was
figure.
Mariah May
Oh, I wish.
as a
Yeah,
hacker. Yeah. Oh
I don't
man.
know. I feel like you see the good and bad of Stardom in shows like this, where there's just so many people that it's hard to do a lot with some of them. But then they're like, oh hey, have O2 Lion challenging for the tag belts. That's awesome. You know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Do a bronze split. Let's do a bronze split. I like bronze splits. Um, that's all. That's all for Stardom. That's all to preview. Um, we will be back next week to review those two shows, and we will probably preview something in the Osaka split because they do like to give something to set to Eddie on number two. So I'd imagine there will be at least one title match across those. Maybe there is already. I think maybe
I'm
one of
checking.
maybe the high speed match you mentioned is on one of
No.
these. No,
Nope. Not yet.
no. All right. Well, maybe they'll add something because they do like to like drip stuff into Osaka
Oh
too
wait.
sometimes.
Damn. My
My
dog's
God,
been annoying today. Um, my birthday also has a Korakuen show, and it's a Wednesday, so it's kind
21st.
of
Yeah.
messy.
But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting month for us and for Stardom. With they have a few Takadana Baba shows. They have another two Korrigans to go. And then we're straight into next month's pay per view. It's very early next month,
Hmm.
I think. So one time, Stardom. It's gonna be interesting to try and
When's the
get back
Osaka?
into the swing.
Oh wait. So kids at Osaka, Supreme
Yeah,
Fight,
on the 7th,
and then we're thinking Micah is at uh
Grand Queendom, because they're
Queendom.
not running a pay per view in March, as far as I know. They're doing the Cinderella. They
Right.
might run a match on the Cinderella final. Sometimes they do that. It isn't the Yokohama Budokan, so
Yeah, but I don't think that'd be Micah.
no, it shouldn't. But I don't really know what else they would run there, to be honest. We'll see.
Suzuki?
Uh, mm, For the red? I don't know.
Yeah.
It could. I mean, this roster is stupid. They could pick anyone. They could just throw
Yeah.
darts at a board
Ami, yeah, I
and
mean,
pick
Ami's
anybody.
been
Like,
due
yeah,
forever.
Ami, that would be fine. I think for Yoko Budokan. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Stardom. I'm interested in the Corkins this week. I like a lot of the talent being spotlighted. So let's hope they can keep that up without Saya, that they can keep the numbers up. But it'll be interesting. We'll talk next week, obviously, about a lot more. Like if these numbers are down significantly, then you'd have to start worrying about like a Saya injury derailing a lot of the stuff. But I don't think they'll do that badly. They drew 1,000 last year for Kid versus Hanako, I'm pretty sure. So I think they're safe. But yeah, we'll be back next week to review all that and preview all the other stuff. And it's crazy. We have 3 Corkins to watch over in this coming week. We're going to melt from all the wrestling once again. But that is why you're here. So it's time to close the show unless you have any closing remarks.
You asked me for closing remarks?
Yeah,
My mother handed me a sandwich and I got really excited. Um,
that's fair.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Wrestling's kind of I'm hoping some of the stuff that we're talking about would is gonna spark some joy coming up, but I don't think it will. That's the unfortunate part. But yeah, we're gonna stick to it, and I'm excited for the year to carry on because I feel like 2026 is gonna be better than 2025, hopefully. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm interested to see where we go.
At the very least, we have a good TJPW this year. I'm pretty confident in that.
Maybe.
So,
I don't know. Man, I feel like every single year people are like, "Man,
but
TJPW," and
I've
it's
been
like,
saying it
yeah,
for
because
months.
because
I said it before
every
Tenyon.
every year one of the okay, fair. But every year TJPW has like a fucking great Italian show and then they just do nothing afterwards.
Yes.
Like that has happened
Yeah.
pretty much every year for the past like 5 years. Um so, you know, but hey, I'll believe you this time. Why
Okay,
not?
thank you. Right, well, with that, it's time to close the show. So, if you want to stand, you may stand. If you want to sit, you may sit. Believe today, shine tomorrow. You decide what you believe in.
Shine forever. Stardom Quest Gold Dope Passion.
Passion, Ijo.